Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I wanted to start a new series today and I'm going to do a showcase of all the different 40k armies that I have. You'll notice that for a lot of them that there are some unpainted models. I apologize for that. If it's unpainted, then either it's pretty new and I haven't had the time to get around to painting it yet, or in the case of the glaringly obvious Baneblade in the background there, I just haven't quite decided on how I want to paint it, given that it's such a distinct and massive model. So I'll just kind of go unit by unit here and just show you what I have, and we'll go from there. So we'll start with the HQ units, which I don't actually have too many. So we have the new Cadian Colonel here, which again, because he is pretty darn new, I just haven't had a chance to paint him yet. But I'm probably going to do the similar paint scheme that I did for my company commander here. So my company commander here, he's been pretty much my warlord since I started collecting the Astra Militarum models, which was actually my first army that I started collecting back in 2018. So I'm very pleased with how they all came out here. But then I also have a tank commander as well. I gave him the Vanquisher cannon. I just like the look of it a lot better. I know statistically it's not as good as the normal battle cannon that you give the Layman Russ, but I don't know. I just love the aesthetic of it. He also has a las cannon in the front and then the multi-mill sponsons. So he is a very high damage unit for my army. And it is kind of sad to say I don't often get to use him because if I get the second turn, my opponents will target him and usually try and destroy him in the first round. So that always sucks. But yeah, so those are my HQs. Let's go to the elites next, because again, I don't have too many of them. So I have a command squad here, which I outfitted with, radio operator, the banner, the medic, and then I gave one guy a plasma gun. What's interesting is, as far as I'm aware, that's the only Astra Militarum kit that comes with the plasma gun and the Milta gun as the special weapons. Technically, you can give either of those to a standard guardsman squad, but they don't come in the guardsman kit, which I think is kind of annoying. The guardsman kit only comes with, I believe, the flamer and the grenade launcher, if I remember correctly, which are good options, but if you need something that's harder hitting, getting that plasma gun in there, getting that Milta gun in there, it's also very important. And then I have 3 commissars total. So one is I gave a bolt pistol, which is the traditional commissar. The guy in back here, I gave him a plasma pistol. One, because I wanted to distinguish between the two, and I also was very new when I was assembling these models, so I just kind of want to try out all the options. The third one is Severina Rain, the character that came out, I believe that was Black Library Celebration 2019? 2018? I can't remember. I just primed her. I haven't actually painted her yet. Again, she's one of the ones where when I get around to painting her, I want to take my time because she's a really intricate model and I really want to do it justice. And I'm not the best at painting, if I'm honest. Alright, so I guess next we'll do the troops, because again, being guardsmen, or playing Imperial Guard rather, you have a lot of guardsmen. I have 3 10-man squads here. The squads up front, I think the only changes I made is I added, the Voxcaster guy, and then the special weapon grenade launcher guy. Pretty simple and straightforward. That's all stuff that came in the box. This squad here, I gave the Flamer and Voxcaster as well. That guy kind of broke off his base, so oops. This squad here, I used some of the bits that I had left over, again, from that command squad kit. So as you can see, I gave this guy a Milta gun, and then I gave this sergeant a bolt gun and a power sword. It's also like a cybernetic looking arm. I really kind of like how that came out. But yeah, so those are the troops. Transport, obviously I have a Chimera here. I gave it the multi-laser and a heavy flamer in the front. The heavy flamer really is just there to prevent, or rather discourage, people charging it, because obviously heavy flamers auto hit, and so having to run into that is a lot of trouble for most mobs. The other bigger things like demon princes and things like that don't really care. I also gave it a hunter killer missile. Again, this is one of my earlier models, and it's kind of wasted on the Chimera, if I'm honest. But I've left it modeled on there just because I don't feel like prying it off there and repainting it and all that stuff. For heavy support, I have 3 squads, one of them incomplete, of the heavy weapons teams. The gray ones I just got like a week or two ago and assembled to try and kind of round out the kits because I had bought, I believe, 2 of the start collecting boxes, which each one comes with one heavy weapons team, or is it 2 heavy weapons teams? I can't remember. But then I needed, they were meant to be in squads of 3 models, so I bought one of the kits for the actual heavy weapons team a couple of years ago now. And then I bought another one just, like I said, a couple weeks ago. So I do have a full las cannon team there, and a full mortar team there. And then I have 2 heavy bolters, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another start collecting kit here sometime in the near future, so I can round out that heavy bolter team, and then I can add, another Layman Russ, another, I don't really need another commissar, but another guardsman squad and all that. In the back here, I have my Valkyrie, which I honestly enjoyed painting this one. It was rather easy. I used the Chaos Black primer coat, and then I used an extra large brush with the Castellan green all over it. One of the things I like about the vehicles is the shades really do seem to, I don't know, I think they work better on the vehicles because they have all those like fine details that the shade can sink into, and it helps them pop. I gave the Valkyrie a las cannon just because I feel like, I don't know, the multi-laser just is not effective against any hard targets, and I kind of want the Valkyrie to be a kind of quick strike and kill. With the upcoming changes to flyers as well, it's going to be interesting because I think the Valkyrie will be a lot more effective because it can fly off the table and then fly back on and continue shooting. I'm really excited to see all the new rules that are coming out here soon and how that's going to affect my army overall. And last but not least, of course, is my Baneblade, or rather the Octoblade. I did take the time to magnetize it, so I keep it in the Storm Lord? No, this is a Shadow Sword configuration. The Titan Killer configuration, just because I don't know, I love the idea of this thing being able to take down Titans. I think that's just awesome. But I do have it magnetized so that I can swap it out to literally any of the 8 Baneblade variations. It's really easy, really simple to do. If you guys are interested, I can do a video on that. Or I can see if I can find the video that I used, because it was really straightforward. And it's very simple to do. And realistically, you don't need that many magnets either. I actually wound up using a bunch of sheet metal that I cut into really tiny pieces, and then just stuck that on one side and stuck a magnet on the other piece. So it really saved me money because I didn't have to buy so many bloody magnets. Anyways, so that is my Astra Militarum army. It's hard to say how much the point value is now because, again, with all the changes coming up, I know point values are going to be changing pretty drastically. So we'll see what happens. If you guys like this video, please let me know. Hit the like button, comment in the comments down below. Just let me know what you think. If you like this, I'll continue the series. I do have, like I said, several other armies I could feature. If you didn't like it, also let me know. Just, be respectful. And to my Patreon supporters, I love you guys. You guys really help me out here. You make this happen. And we will see you all in the next video.